What if I told you the richest person at your office isn't the one with the biggest paycheck? There's a guy at work. You've seen him. Drives a modest car, eats lunch from home, never talks about money. But here's the thing. He retired at 52, bought a house in cash, and he made the exact same salary as everyone else. By the end of this video, you'll know his secret. It's called a shadow portfolio, and most people will work 40 years without ever discovering it. Stay until the end, because the final strategy, it's the one that changes everything. Let me tell you about my friend. We'll call him Marcus. Marcus started his 9-to-5 job at 25. Same company I worked at. We got hired the same month, same salary, same desk, same everything. 10 years later, I had $12,000 saved. Marcus, he had over $200,000. Same paycheck, same job, very different outcome. I thought he was doing something illegal. Maybe crypto, maybe gambling, maybe your rich uncle died. Nope. He was building something most employees don't even know exists, a shadow portfolio. What is a shadow portfolio? Think of it like this. Your regular paycheck is what everyone sees. It's the obvious money, the money your boss knows about, the money you budget with. But your shadow portfolio, that's the money growing in the darkness, the money that multiplies while you sit in meetings, the money that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when you're asleep. Here's where it gets interesting. Your employer is offering you free money every single month, and 90% of workers are leaving it on the table. I'm talking about 401k matching. Most companies will match your retirement contributions, 50 cents on the dollar, sometimes 100%, dollar for dollar. Let me make this simple. You put in $100, your company puts in $100. You now have $200. You just got a 100% return before you even invested. But here's the crazy part. Over half of American workers don't even sign up. They are refusing free money. Marcus, he maxed it out on day one. But that's just layer one of the shadow portfolio. Layer two is where it gets sneaky. Your company offers benefits, health insurance, life insurance, dental, vision, and most people just click the cheapest option and move on. Big mistake. Marcus read every benefit document, every single one. He found a health savings account option, an HSA. What's an HSA? Money goes in tax-free, it grows tax-free, and if you spend it on medical stuff, comes out tax-free. That's 3 times the government takes a cut. That never happens. Marcus contributed the maximum every year, and here's the genius move. He didn't spend the HSA money. He paid for doctor visits out of pocket, used generic medications, and let the HSA money sit there and grow for decades. By his 40s, his HSA alone had more money than most people's retirement accounts. But we're not done. Layer 3 is the one nobody talks about. Company stock purchase plans. A lot of big companies let you buy their stock at a discount, sometimes 15% off market price. Imagine walking into a store and everything is 15% off every single day. Would you shop there? Marcus would. He bought company stock every paycheck, sold it the moment it was allowed. Even if the stock went nowhere, he still made 15% instantly. Takes 10 minutes to set up, runs automatically forever. Layer 4 requires a conversation most people are too scared to have. Salary negotiation. Most workers accept their starting salary and never ask for more. They think raises just happen, automatically, based on magic and good vibes. They don't. Here's what Marcus did that I wish I knew. Every single year, he scheduled a meeting with his boss. Not to complain, not to threaten, just to talk about his contributions. He kept a document, a running list of every project he completed, every problem he solved, every time he went above and beyond. Then, he showed it to his boss and asked one simple question. What would it take to move me to the next level? Not aggressive, not desperate, just curious. Over 10 years, Marcus negotiated his way to a 40% higher salary than people who started the same day he did. Same job title, same company. 40% more money, just because he asked. But here's where the psychology matters. Most people don't negotiate because they're scared. Scared of rejection, scared of being seen as greedy, scared of losing what they have. Marcus understood something most workers don't. The company already decided they wanted him. They already invested in training him. They need him more than they'll ever admit. The worst they can say is no, and they almost never do. Now let's talk about layer 5. This is the invisible layer. Automation. Marcus set up everything to happen without thinking. Every paycheck, money moved automatically. 15% to his 401k, maxing company match. 10% to his HSA. 5% to company stock purchase. 10% to his personal brokerage account. Before he even saw his paycheck, 40% of it had already moved into his shadow portfolio. This is the secret. You can't spend money you never see. Most people try willpower. They try to resist the temptation to spend. They fight against their own brain every single day. That's exhausting, and it doesn't work. But automation? Automation removes the fight. The money is gone before you can even think about spending it. Your brain adjusts to the smaller number, and the shadow portfolio grows in the darkness. By the way, most people don't know this, but your paycheck deductions are before taxes. That means if you earn $5,000 a month and put $500 into your 401k, you don't pay taxes on that $500. The government pretends you only made $4,500. So that $500 you're losing, it only feels like $350. The shadow portfolio literally costs less than you think. Now here's the part that makes all of this actually work. Time. Marcus wasn't special. He wasn't smarter. He didn't have a side hustle. He didn't have a secret crypto wallet. He just started early. Let me show you what happens when you start at 25 versus 35. If you invest $500 a month starting at 25, by 65, you'll have about $1.2 million. If you start the same thing at 35, you'll have about $500,000. Same monthly amount, half the result. Those first 10 years aren't worth 10 years. They're worth $700,000. This is compound interest, and it doesn't care about your feelings. But wait, I can hear you thinking, $500 a month, I can barely pay rent. I get it. Life is expensive, bills are real, inflation is crushing everyone. But here's the mindset shift that changed everything for Marcus. He didn't ask, how much can I save? He asked, how little can I live on? Same salary, same life, different question. He found roommates, cooked at home, drove used cars, wore the same 5 work outfits for years. Not because he was poor, because he was building. He called it lifestyle arbitrage. Live below your means while you're young and healthy. Invest the difference. Live like a king when you're older and the money does the work. Most people do the opposite. They inflate their lifestyle with every raise, new car, bigger apartment, nicer restaurants. By 50, they have a great lifestyle and zero savings, trapped in a job they hate because they need the paycheck. Marcus? He walked away at 52. Not because he won the lottery, not because he got lucky, because he built a shadow portfolio for 27 years. And here's the final layer, the one that ties it all together. Knowledge. Marcus read one financial book a year. Just one, nothing crazy, no MBA required. He learned about index funds, compound interest, tax-advantaged accounts, asset allocation. Basic stuff, the stuff schools should teach but don't. And every year he got a little bit smarter, made a little better decision, avoided one more trap. Over 27 years, those tiny improvements compounded just like the money did. the gap between him and everyone else didn't grow slowly, it grew exponentially. So here's the truth. You're not broke because you don't earn enough. You're broke because no one taught you the game. The game is rigged, but it's rigged in your favor if you know the rules. And now you do. Let me give you the action steps. Tomorrow morning, log into your work benefits portal. First, find your 401k. Max out the company match. If they match 50% up to 6% of your salary, contribute 6%. That's non-negotiable free money. Second, check for an HSA. If you have a high deductible health plan, you qualify. Set up automatic contributions. Third, look for a stock purchase plan. If your company offers it, enroll. Set it to at least 5%. Fourth, set up automation. Contact payroll. Split your direct deposit. Send money to your investment accounts before it hits checking. Fifth, read one book this year. I recommend The Psychology of Money. It takes 4 hours and will change your entire financial worldview. That's it. 5 steps, all free, all available to you right now. The shadow portfolio isn't magic, it isn't a scam, it isn't luck. It's what happens when you stop waiting for wealth and start building it, quietly, in the shadows, while everyone else complains about their paycheck. 20 years from now, you'll either be Marcus or you'll be wondering how he did it. The choice is yours. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button. I make content like this every week to help you escape the paycheck trap. And remember, the best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time, right now. I'll see you in the next one.